The Samarkand is a very distinct community in that it reflects Santa Barbara. It reflects the central coast of California. It does that externally through the flora and the fauna, the Spanish motif that we have, but also eclectically through our residents and staff.
Everyone is so kind and smiling all the time, and that's the first impression you get. The campus is beautiful and the people are wonderful.
And we loved that it had a reputation of having wonderfully friendly people.
We are owned as part of the Evangelical Covenant Church. But I think as a resident comes, no matter where they are on their faith journey, it gives us a foundation for our mission. It gives us a reason why we do what we do.
Covenant Retirement Communities really was birthed out of a vision from the Evangelical Covenant Church in 1886, and they opened the Home of Mercy. And it was in the city of Chicago. Covenant Retirement Communities today has grown to the 15 communities that it is. And one of the commitments that was made many, many years ago is that Covenant Retirement Communities would have a retirement community in every conference of the Evangelical Covenant Church. And so as individuals move in and they look at the financial security of that individual community, while that's extremely important, they also have the assurance that they have a backup from the larger organization in the event of access to funds to do new development, or in the event that that community would be challenged financially. They know that their investment in Covenant Retirement Communities is safe.
But because we're connected to a national organization, one that can see that big picture of where senior living is going, we're able to really get on the forefront of the issues, the things that are going to matter, that are going to make a difference in the lives of our residents and our future residents, and help them prepare for what those issues. Well, you know, the Samarkand, the name comes from a hotel that was initiated, kind of those movie stars from Hollywood wanted a place to get away. Well, through the Depression and other things, it went bankrupt, and it became many other things, even a part of the U.S. military during World War II. But 60 years ago, the citizens of the Santa Barbara area said, you know, we need to have a senior community. So they gathered together and they saw this hotel, purchased it, and reconstructed it into a senior community. They didn't understand the business plan. And that's when Covenant Retirement Communities purchased the Samarkand, and it became part of the Covenant system as one of our key retirement communities of the 15 that now exist in the U.S.
We have studio apartments, we have alcoves, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and customs. Customs are something large and unusual. They might be one of a kind that 2 apartments have been combined to create. As I meet with a resident, a prospective resident that is going to select their apartment, or they've just reserved their apartment, part of what I want to do is connect them with people that they have something in common with, that can help introduce them to the community, that can help them find their way as their new lifestyle begins on our campus.
What I like about Samarkand is there's a Christian atmosphere, but it's not like in your face all the time. You know, every one of us hopes that we won't need that extra care, but it's awful nice to know it's there if you need it.
And living here is like a family, so residents take care of each other. And I think that's, our family have seen that and know that if something happens here, we have neighbors, we have friends all over this campus now.
I've been involved in marketing, which I love. You can also volunteer in our little shop called New to You. I've done that. I'm on the Building and Grounds Committee because I love nature. I'm recently elected to the council, so then I'm the liaison to the dining committee. So you see there's just a lot to do.
And the other thing was important that we be at a place where we can walk to shops. For instance, Trader Joe's is one direction, just less than a mile. And then we have a very nice mini mall, outdoor mall, about the equidistant, and it's a path along the golf course, so it's a gorgeous walk. And there we have all the shops that we need.
It's very open. You can go up to anybody and ask them a question or make a comment. They're very, very approachable. There's no difference between the people and the staff. Not an insult to anybody, but it's wonderful. They're very approachable.
I found that the staff are so accommodating. They go out of their way to please us. Whenever you request something, their first word is, "Of course." And especially in the dining room, that happens. But the staff, friendly, they're available to meet what our needs are.
What we want to do is inspire to serve. We want to be a world-class customer service organization, and it gives us the tool to accomplish that, so that when somebody thinks about coming to the Samarkand, they know that customer service is number one.
Just to see the residents, how wonderful they are and how much we learn from them. That reminds us of our parents. Many of the employees, we don't have our parents here, so we see them as part of our family, and we treat them as they are our mom or our dad.
But they inspire me just by their lifestyle, by their character, by their stories of accomplishments, their humility. It brings the best out of me. It kind of helps me sit up straight and want to be the very best I can when I understand their story.
So with faith-based, you have employees that are here because they think it's God's calling. And I'll talk to employees when they're talking about how they take care of the residents, and they talk about how they would want someone to take care of their parents that way, that they hope somebody's taking care of their grandmother that way.
I like making a positive difference in the lives of people, whether it's my neighbors at home where I live, or when I come to work each day, I know that I'm going to be able to help a resident with a simple task that they're struggling with. Perhaps it's making their lifestyle easier for them.
You know, I think it's hard for people to realize the difficulties as they get older of taking care of a home. What happens if one of them needs extra care? All these kinds of things that can come up. And I think in a community like this, all of that is worked out. It's well prepared for you so that it's here if you need it, and if you don't need it, you don't use it.
I would encourage them to come and have a meal here, maybe spend a couple days overnight, and meet other residents that are residents from all over the United States, and go to the cafe and just enjoy an evening sitting out there. And I think they will find that this place is just so pleasurable that you'd want to move here.
It is a great place to live because it's always a beautiful day in Santa Barbara.